0 right now. We're a little bit early. Hey guys, yesterday I was talking about the cabana here, and I misquoted and said it was $900. This is actually $300, but they go for about $400 now. So I know some of you guys will be watching this later on. Let's see, who do we got on here? We got one person on here already. Okay, we got 5. If you guys got any questions, just shoot them up there and I'll start answering. So we got 6. Welcome, guys. Just waiting for a few more people here. So we told them 10 o'clock. Let's see. But we can start answering questions if you guys. Good morning, James. James, where are you from anyway? Let's see, Pennsylvania. We got Martin from Pennsylvania. Are we getting vaccines here? Yeah, we'll probably be getting vaccines soon. The VA has told us that we're going to be getting those soon. Hi, Gary from Florida. The VA actually said this month. That's what the lady told me on there, the Veterans Administration. So, Milwaukee, welcome Milwaukee. Oh, Milwaukee. Okay, James, that's James. Wow. Let's see, Tennessee. We got Randy from Tennessee. Yeah, the vaccines, I guess the United States just donated some here, and India did too. So they're coming. They only got like maybe 1% of the people vaccinated. That's it, and that's with the first shot. You know, Northern Michigan. There's Tamarack. He's back. Let's see who else is out there. But yeah, vaccines. I haven't seen any places set up for vaccines at all here, guys. There's nothing. You know. Let's see, Connecticut, there we go, Sperlin Edwards. That's my neck of the woods up that way. I'm from Mass. Let's see. We'll be retiring, James, on the Bacalat or Iloilo. Iloilo is actually nice. I had a business there, James. I had a jeepney business there a long time ago. Let's see, I watched about 15 of your videos today. That's good. Baltimore, Maryland, Punishers, there we go. There's a familiar name. I hear that one all the time. Let's see who else is out there. You guys got any more questions? So we can. Any talk of letting vaccinated tourists in? Actually, yes. There is a little bit of talk of that. They're talking about possibly having like one of those passport things. Now the passport doesn't. A lot of people. Let's see. Mass has MGM. Okay. The helicopter going by or something. I guess the passport doesn't mean you have to have the shot. There's a lot of people that are under this false impression that you have to have the shot. You can also get checked or get swabbed, which gets expensive every time you travel someplace, you know. Hi, sir, a new subscriber. What's your name? Steve. My name's Steve. Okay, Jan. Thanks for watching. Hope the countries follow the IATA with vaccinated travelers. Well, we're currently in like ECQ right now, guys. For you guys that didn't follow yesterday, have you been to Panik Tarlac? I think I'm living there. I have not. No, I haven't. But we're in ECQ right now around Manila, and we're having another outbreak here. So for you guys that are thinking you're coming in here this year, I seriously doubt it. With only 1% vaccinated, I mean, it takes the government here forever to do things. So that's one of the problems here, guys. You know, MGM Casino. There we go. Okay. Sperlin Edwards. Have you visited Baguio City? I've been up that way, up close to there, but I haven't actually been to Baguio. No. You know, but it's really nice there. They have strawberries there, and it's cool. Enjoy your videos. Keep up the good work with your insurance ideas. Have you ever looked into long-term care? They have nursing homes here, and some of them are actually pretty nice. What would you recommend for vaccinated prior to moving to the Philippines? Got a tetanus shot and measles booster before. Let's see, what would you recommend for vaccinations? For vaccinations, I would get anything that you can get a boost on from when you were a child, because most of those, they run out. For tetanus, TB and Hep B. TB and Hep B are the two big ones I would tell people, I would recommend for people, guys. Okay, because TB is very prevalent. Actually, before this whole thing started, people used to wear the masks on the buses and stuff because of TB. Okay, guys? So get your TB shots. But the biggest one that you need here is Hep B. 16.7% of people here have Hep B, okay, in their system, okay? So you want to be really, really careful of that, because your girlfriend could have it. You could come in contact with somebody that you're sharing food with or something like that. 16.7 is a pretty big number, guys, and it's not a good number. Let's put it that way. Okay, got any more questions here, guys? Let's see. David on Staten Island, there we go. Enjoy your videos, as they're very informative. Thank you. Dan's retirement journey. Yep, we're live. Let's see. Is it true that there are lots of lovely young ladies that will date guys in the mid-50s? Yes, absolutely. Mid-50s is nothing over here, guys. You wouldn't even have a problem dating like a mid-20s girl or younger in some cases here. Twinrix vaccine, sweet virus sorts. Are there any good taco places in Iloilo, Mr. Steve? I haven't been to Iloilo in years. It's been probably, wow, maybe 32 years or something like that. I don't know how many years it's been. It's been a long time. You know, that's where I had my jeepney business when I was younger. But taco places, they do have them. We have Taco Bell here too. We have Taco Bell in Alabang here, near Manila. There are Taco Bells, and there's also Gringos, which has tacos. I think they have tacos. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they have tacos there. Like, and we also have there's another place here. I can't remember where we got them, but I did get some tacos before there. And there's actually a sign out front here, in front of my house. They deliver tacos. I sure hope they don't make it mandatory to be vaccinated to enter the Philippines. I don't mind taking a swab. No, I don't think it will be. No. Zane Underwood. Steve, hello from Oregon. First time on live stream of yours. How are you? I'm doing good. We're doing good here, except for the ECQ. We're just kind of bored out of our gourds here, you know. Let's see. Unable to return since COVID. Yeah, I really feel bad for you guys that are stuck outside, especially the guys with the SRV that paid all that money, because that's just wrong. Hello, and thanks for all your great videos. I know this isn't very popular, but I think your mask wearing is going to be around for a long time, even with the vaccines. Yeah, probably. I hear flu cases are down due to them. Probably, yeah. Let's see. How difficult is it to survive as a vegetarian there? You know, there's a false assumption that there's a lot of vegetables here. And you can go into SM and they have a lot of vegetables, but some of them are very expensive. Carrots and potatoes here are expensive, guys. You know, but you can get veggies. If you go to SNR, you can get all kinds of veggies. But you want to live near SNR. I have yet to find a decent pizza in the Philippines. I did find one at Pizza Hut at SM Mall, Manila, but not in the province. Yeah. I mean, Pizza Hut's probably the best place here. Shakey's is terrible. It's salty. How is my little goddaughter? She is excellent. You know, I'll actually have her on someday in the future. I'll put her on for a few minutes. Hi, Steve. You're probably used to it, but I can hear crickets or whatever insects you have there when you upload your videos in the morning. Yeah. We have like a very loud. They make a loud noise. It's probably like about 90 decibels or something. I don't know how loud it is, but it's loud. It's some people think it's the air conditioner. It's not. It's the cicada bugs or crickets or whatever. How are you, Steve? I miss lechon and adobo. Yeah. Let's see. Hi from Chicago. See, that's where I went to boot camp. Let's see. Enjoying your channel. Hoping to retire part-time in the Philippines with my wife. Looking at getting her citizenship back via RA 9225 and bonus passport for my younger son. Okay, let's see. Waiting to hear back to Cebu. Head back to Cebu. Let's see. Punishers. Taco Bell Makati wasn't too good. Not many choices like in the USA. No, it's not. You know what I like here is Subway. Subway's actually excellent. How do police treat African Americans in the Philippines, Mr. Steve? You know what? I honestly don't think that there's as much racism here as people think. In fact, you might want to look up about if you want to find some history about blacks over here, read about the Buffalo Soldiers. There was about 14 to 15 Buffalo Soldiers that deserted and went to fight for the Filipinos, and with good reason, I might add. You might want to look into that. I think the guy's name is David France, was the one that started that took off first. He was with the Buffalo Soldiers during the Spanish-Philippine War. Okay, look that up. I think that's his name. I could be wrong on the name, but there was about 14 Buffalo Soldiers that took off, and they fought for the other side because of racism. So if anybody should get a Medal of Honor, which they'll never get, is those guys, because there was racism against the Filipino people, and they decided to go to the other side, and I commend them for that. You know, I don't usually commend a deserter, but in that case, it was bad. Yeah, the Buffalo Soldiers were badass. Yes, they were, Mark. Definitely, especially over here in the Philippines. There's a lot of history with the Buffalo Soldiers over here. If you guys like history, man, this is your place to be. Especially read up about the Philippine-American War. They say it went from 1899 to 1902. It actually went to about 1912, I think. Is there much police corruption when it comes to foreigners? You know, they ask you for stuff sometimes. I had a guy ask me for money out of a dead expat's wallet. You know, they're poor too. So I mean, what I call corruption, I would say just about any one of the poor people would probably ask you the same thing. Daniel Terry, yes, there's police corruption versus foreigners. Yeah, there is somewhat. Yeah, you know, I've seen it. They do treat you pretty bad. I was treated very bad. You know, so I'm not going to say that there isn't, but most of the cops in my town are really, really good. Next town over, Das Marinas, General Trias. Problems there, you know. Sinfuls, hello Steve, Robert, you. Let's see. Yeah, guys, check out that Buffalo Soldiers thing if you get a chance. There's a lot of YouTube videos on it. I think you'll enjoy that. Actually, I was actually going to do a video about that. I might still do it. It's a cool take on racism back in during that time. And don't forget, during that time, Filipinos were being mistreated in California too. The Filipinos were told that they couldn't go in stores and stuff like that back then. You know, even in the 1930s, I think it was Watsonville or something like that. They had a uprising or something like that. I could be wrong, but I think that's the name of the town. The Filipinos rose up, I think, because they were getting mad for the way they were being treated. Let's see. Is it just to the people they don't know? I think you're talking about the police again. You know, most of the cops here are pretty decent when you meet them on the streets, if you talk to them and stuff like that. I treat the cops here fairly decent. You know, and I buy them food sometimes when they're in the mall and stuff, and they always respect me when they see me, you know, in my town. The skin tax, and what are your thoughts? Yeah, that happens. Yeah, it happens. People, they see your skin color and they tax you more. They won't tax you more, they'll charge you more, you know. But that's something that happens, guys. You know, it's just the way it is. You just talk them down on the price again. Say, I'm not going to pay that. If you want to charge me regular price, I'll pay it. Most of the time, I don't run into that, though. To be honest with you, it's not that big of a deal. The prices here are so low. You know, money goes a long ways here, guys. It really does, you know. I mean, even when I was on a smaller budget, you know, I did pretty well here. Is an inverter air conditioner better than window AC? Definitely. Yes. Yes. My AC is fairly cheap. I put it on Echo, and I put it on automatic fan, so it cools down the room and then it shuts off. It's opportunity. They don't get paid much, so if they do something wrong, they will let you off for some PHP. Yes, some cops are like that. Yes, not all of them. Some. Hi, Steve. We need Navy vets. Yep. That's Robert. Let's see. In Thailand, they have foreigner price and local price in some business. Yeah, it's they have that over here. They have that everywhere in the world. You know, even in the Dominican Republic and in Belize to a certain extent too, guys. Liked your video on contemplation. Thanks, Mark. And the need for adventure. When I visited the PH for a month, I felt like I was in the middle of a novel. Yeah, it's you know, it's really weird. It's like being in a movie sometimes. You know, I really enjoy it here when things are going good. Right now, it's kind of sucky with all this stuff, but otherwise, yeah, I have a lot of fun here. James Longer, again, let's see. I would say if you are thinking of going to Asia to retire, best you start eating at Asian restaurants to see what you like and get used to the food. I don't know. Back in the United States, the Asian restaurants are totally different to eating than the food over here, I think. I mean, when I went for Chinese food and stuff like that, and they had all kinds of food at that restaurant, it was totally different, you know. Let's see. Without my wife, they always upchange mean? Let's see. I don't have that problem too much, believe it or not. You know, I mean, most of the time I go to the malls and stuff probably because, you know, I just don't like shopping the streets too much. I have Suki at the wet market, gives me good prices. Okay. I don't know what Suki is. Is it Saki, maybe it's saying? Sent for 5, Punishers. Daniel Terry, are the movie theaters open yet? No, no. Godzilla versus Hong Kong was epic. I'll have to see it, you know? I actually watched a movie last night from the guy that was in the town. I forget the name of it. It was took place out, I think it was like Yellowstone Park or something like that. And it took place on an Indian reservation. It was a good movie. I can't remember the name. It's on Netflix right now. Let's see. Do you let your wife take the lead so you avoid the extra charges? Yeah, yeah. She helps me a lot. You know, my wife's really, she has a very strong personality, and I appreciate that in her because she doesn't put up with any crap. She's very protective, you know. Steve, I'm Dwayne. Hi, Dwayne. Let's see, Robert. One vendor you use all the time, Suki. Okay. We are up to 21% of fully vaccinated people here in the U.S. The Philippines is less than 1%. Yeah, that's what I put out a video on that the other day. There's also a good link on there, guys, in the description on the one I did on vaccinations. If you want to find out how many are vaccinated, go to that link and it shows you every country in the world, okay? So we will visit the Philippines next year. At this pace, they will never get to 70% herd immunity. Yeah, I don't think that's happening because of the Dengvax that they had before, guys, to be honest with you, you know. The Dengvax hurt a lot of people and killed some people too. And because of that, you know, a lot of them don't want to take vaccines. Do you get to watch the Red Sox there? No, I don't really have time most of the time. I wish I could. I'm going to try to see if I can link up to that, though. You ever visit Santo Domingo, Albay? Nope, I have never visited there. Well, back in my part-time job making that emergency fund. I'm Dwayne. That's good. You're doing the emergency fund. That's awesome, Punishers. That's any of you guys that are off right now. If I was you guys, while you're waiting, and I you know, I talked about this a little bit the other day. Work, do security work till you come here, because let me tell you, you're gonna wish you had that money. You know, is Fire Stick popular there? Yes, amongst some of the expats here it is. Yes. Excuse me, guys. They have other things here besides Fire Stick too, and there's all different options. I did a couple of things about Tubi and all those different channels and stuff. I'm a Yankees fan, Steve. Uh-oh. I used to sell baseball cards on eBay, and I used to sell coins and things like that too. And I used to meet all the Red Sox players and even a few Yankee players. I met Bobby Dorr and all those guys, you know, all the old-time players. You know, Yaz, all of them. They used to go to the baseball card shows to sign and stuff like that. And I'd be there early in the morning, so I'd meet them waiting at the door and had time to talk with them a little bit. And sometimes I could buy like a group purchase, buy like 10 cards autographed by them for almost nothing. You know, I used to enjoy that, and I used to have some good talks with like people like Bobby Dorr. Now they're all dead and gone, some of them. Yeah, I had the Alexander the Great coin, man. I bought that for like about $250 online on eBay, and I sold it for like about $12.50 to a coin dealer, and it came back with, when I sent it out to get it graded, that's kind of a cool story. It came back with a thing talking about it was like a special strike or something like that, a strike that they hadn't seen or whatever, and so the dealer paid me $12.50 for it, and I knew it was worth more than that. I thought it was worth like maybe $2,000, but I knew he had to make some money, and I was already making $1,000 on it. It ended up showing up at auction, and it sold for way more, and it was actually on a cover of one of the coin magazines. Let's see, what are your favorite vacay destinations? Tagaytay. I like Tagaytay. I like Batangas. I like Boracay. I haven't been to Boracay in a long time. Do you think $400,000 invested into dividend stocks would provide enough income to live there? that's a tough one because it depends on the dividends that you're collecting, and I think you could. Yeah, I think it's possible as long as you have health insurance, and I would have more than 400,000 because you're going to need an emergency fund too, and that can't be your emergency fund if that's what's kicking off your dividends. So just remember that. Okay, sorry, Case. It's a tough one to answer. If you'd leave the 400,000 in the bank, yes, you could do it. Hi, Dwayne. Let's see. I know a good topic. What I should put in the ballot buy-in box. Yeah. Ballot. Everybody's different on what they need over here, though. That's the thing. You can get everything you need over here except for T-shirts and some pants and stuff like that. Does your Magitech receive 2FA text? I don't know what you mean by 2FA text. It receives text, but some banks won't use them. So I think that's what you're referring to. So what I do is I call the bank and tell them just use email instead of sending text, and they'll switch you over. Most banks. Mine did. So I know you guys are probably asking about that, but as far as phone calls, you can get the app and it'll call you on your phone as long as you have data, even if you're walking in the mall. So I can talk to people all over the place. I just tried to call you, but you left the phone in the house. Oh, it's... Okay. Let's see. Hey, Nick Polska. Okay. Yeah, extra large shirts over here are like
Dwayne for shit. Magic Jack audio.
Let's shut this off, guys. I'm getting phone calls I can't answer right now. Security type of text, yes, two-factor authentication. Yeah, the two-factor authentication guys over here is a problem sometimes. Caught you live, yeah. Use a Skype USA-based phone number for my bank. Seems to work. That's good to know. Yeah, guys, there's other stuff besides Magic Jack, but Magic Jack is really, really good. You can make about $25K a year or 202 per share. Okay, yeah, 25,000 a year would be more than enough over here. More than enough. That's if that's after taxes. But I don't think that'd be after taxes. I think that'd be before. But even if they took taxes out of that, I think you'd still be doing good. Let's see. Philippine Dreams channel just did a good vlog on devices to call the US. Yeah, we did that before too. We did the Magic Jack one. You can also, yeah, like I said, you can use Skype. But there's just something about Magic Jack that's a little bit better because you can get your number. You can have your number carried over from your cell phone when you leave. Things like that. There's a lot of little things on there that are really, really good. And they're very helpful at Magic Jack, by the way. At least for me, they have been. Put mustard in your ballot buy-in box if you want mustard on a hot dog. Yeah, it's one thing I don't see over here. There's a lot of little things like relish are hard to get over here, things like that. Let's see. Sorry, man. It took about an entire minute round trip. Okay. Let's see. Is there any unspoken gem of cities that you know of or want to visit? You know something? Up in Manila, that place where they have the Venice Mall, I'm hearing that's a really up-and-coming part of Manila. What do they call it? BGC or something like that. Bonifacio something. And they say it's really nice up there, and a lot of people are moving there to that area. Okay, and it's not that expensive. Manila's a little bit expensive, but for a person like on a mid to high range of a retirement, it's a good place to go. Stay away from knockoffs, electronics. I have a friend who bought a charger in Cebu, Ayala, and it caught fire. Yeah, some knockoffs are no good here, guys. Hi, nice to hear you. Yeah, BGC. There we go. I couldn't remember the name. BGC, Bonifacio Global City is beautiful like Singapore. It is. It's very nice up there. I'm gonna be doing a video up there soon, guys. Soon as I get out of this ECQ. What part of the USA are you from? Boston. I'm from the Boston area, guys. I was HT in the Navy. Heltec. There we go. Philippines channel info. Good to see us. Second live. Yeah, this is actually the official one. Maybe you can make a video on what to put in your ballot buy-in box. Yeah, things that are impossible or near impossible to get there. I'd have to think about that one, but I could do something like that. Maybe we'll see. You know, there's mostly just shirts and stuff like that, guys. At S&R, you can get almost everything if you go to S&R. And if you go to the mall up in Manila too, you can get everything up there at Mall of Asia. I heard Makati was nice. Yeah, Makati's very nice. Your channel is growing like a weed. Yeah, it is, Nick. It is. It's been slowing down subscribers, but I'm staying up there in views. I'm not sure why the subscription thing is slowing down, but it did slow down a little bit. But I'm staying steady as far as views, so that's a good thing. So, like, that's really good. Hello, Steve. I hope you're having a good day. Could you tell us about electronic jacks? Electronic jacks. Okay, you can buy a transformer over here if your thing is only 110. But a lot of things will run on both plugs over here if you check it. Okay, if it says 110, 220, then it'll work over here. So that's not really a concern with most items. Like computers and stuff, most of them work over here with the regular plug that you have. It'll that big box in the middle of the plug for your computer is the transformer itself. Okay, guys, so it'll do it automatically. I met another Submariner this morning. Yeah, there's a lot of Submariners here, guys. You know. Let's see, Mindoro bound when it opens up. Mindoro's right close by here. We can actually go down to Batangas and get a boat out there. You know, I was actually invited out there by a gentleman the other day to stay out there to do a video for him. Let's see, and he said I could stay there for free. Me and my family for like a night or two, I guess. I'm from Back Bay. I'm in Duma there. Okay, there we go, Back Bay. I was just watching about the Isabella Stewart Gardner or whatever it is museum last night. There's a thing on Netflix about it. It's actually a series too. It's actually pretty interesting about the art theft of $200 million worth of art from there. Let's see, it was called Auto Transformer. They switch based on voltage. Yeah. How long would you wait before moving a Filipina in a condo? That's kind of up to you. I would take it easy. You know, at least a couple months and see if it works out first, because, you know, the first part of the relationship is the honeymoon. So you get to know your girlfriend first before moving her in, obviously. What do you think about these 50-something creeps chasing teenagers in Southeast Asia? My girlfriend's 43. I know a lot of these guys think that they're like in their 20s again and they're kind of reliving their teenage years again. But over here it's kind of accepted. It's not just them, guys. It's a lot of the Filipino men over here too. They go with the younger women. The older women over here have a hard time finding somebody, to be honest with you. You know, there's a guy down below. He's in his 50s and his girlfriend's in her 20s. So that it's not just American guys. I mean, a lot of guys think that, but it's just not. Let's see. I myself don't really agree with it, but you know, it is what it is. You know. Where did you go to boot camp? I went to Great Lakes also. Yes. Most new devices with a transformer for power use both 110 and 220. Yes. Notice if both of the electrical prongs are the same size, not one bigger, it usually is dual voltage. That's good to know. Not all the time though. That's not true all the time. I know that for sure. Never, especially stuff coming from China. Never too early to start thinning out the possessions for your move. No. Absolutely. You know, when I moved, I had a whole room full of stuff, and most of it I gave away. I had a gun collection of like Derringers and stuff like that, and most of them I gave away, and some I sold. But a lot I gave some to the cops. They were friends of mine. Everything went away. So I really downsized. No, she won't kill me. She's good. Freaky Rike likes him. You know, that's the guy's name. Let's see. Have you met the apple fritter hunter? He is the whale who has a YouTube channel. No, I actually, you know something, guys? I really don't watch these other guys, you know? Let's see. My driver is in his 60s. His wife is 28. Yeah, that's common, Robert. You know? Let's see. Yeah, to get back about the, to Freaky Rike here. I don't really watch the other channels that much. The other day I watched one channel because somebody said that they mentioned me on there, but I couldn't find where they mentioned me. But anyway, Yes, you gave the Derringer away, not to me. Oh, I know who that is. Dwayne, I'll call you later. Okay, after this. Okay, we're gonna do about an hour show, so we got about another 30 minutes. Okay, I know you tried to call me. I thought only American was age gap, but Filipinos too, right? You're right. Yes, very much so, guys. A lot of the older guys here go after younger girls, especially when they're starting to come into some financial, you know, balance, and they're just doing better. Do you have an escape plan if China gets frisky with the PI? I do kind of. I mean, I have everything ready if I have to go, but the problem is here, if you have an escape plan and you're on a SRIV, you have to get two things before you can even leave the airport. So I don't know how that would work, if they would just let us through or not. That's is a concern of mine. When did you start your retirement plan? When did you start your retirement planning? At what age? Wow, I started in my 20s. About 25. I started my retirement planning. I mean, I went through some divorces and they take half of it, but yeah, and then I made it up. My last 4 years of my life I spent working really, really hard, guys. I worked 4 years paying off all my bills, getting everything planned, everything done. Yeah, it was rough because I had just gone through a divorce too, and it was a rough divorce too. She took a lot, Under, off, and free, LOL. Having a kabit is commonplace amongst the locals. Oh, by the way, guys, you guys asked me about the cabana here. My girlfriend corrected me on that. This cabana here cost about $300. Okay, the ones with the house, I guess, cost about $1,200 to $1,400 now. But the outside cabanas cost about $300 now. Because I know somebody was asking me about that. I don't know if he's on here now. Freak Rike likes them young. Let's see. Do you have any children in the U.S.? Yes, I do. Let's see. You were justified, but she's much older. You were justifiably obsessed. About what? I'm not sure. Father Wolves. Okay. Hey, Father Wolves. What's your thoughts on Cebu? Thought to try Newtown as a base. Cebu's okay. It's a nice town. They have a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of expats there. If you like being around expats. I mean, as much as we talk about the bad expats, there's a lot of good expats too, guys. And I want to get that out there. There is a lot of good expats, but you seem to run into the bad expats a lot more for some reason. I'm not sure why. A lot of the good expats stay to themselves. Man, that is a great price for that cabana. Yeah, it is. But we stayed in one when we were at Barracuda, guys, and they were charging us about $50 a night. They were getting for that. So but it was on the beach and stuff like that, and I had AC and stuff like that. But for $1,400, they'll last a long time. You have to replace the roof after about 4 or 5 years. But other than that, they're good for about 15 years. So they say. As long as you take care of it too, and put it up on cement. Let's see. Did you keep a place in the U.S. in case you had to return? I can always go back to my sister's house. I don't plan on returning, really. I might go back to visit or something like that. Let's see. If something happens with China and the Philippines, I think many countries will come to the Philippines' help. Do you agree? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's tons of places. If something ever, if you ever woke up in the morning and something happened here, I mean, like they have the 27,000 SRV holders, is supposedly like a fifth column here. I think they're taking care of that now. And the United States is starting to step up a little bit, despite Biden's, they say Biden's weaker than Trump, but I mean, I from what I've seen, I don't think he's stepping back from what Trump did over here, so that's a good thing. Not to get into politics. Hard to find a Filipina in her 40s. First wife I ever had who actually has a job. Told her not to get too comfy with the U.S. though. Yeah, my first wife, she got comfy in the United States. She was a bit vertically challenged though. What have you found is best way to adjust to the heat and the humidity? Wow, that's a rough one. I'd take like a cloth towel with me when I walk around. so you can wipe the sweat, because you get really sweaty around here. And use also baby powder, guys, you know. I would definitely go back to the US if I needed surgery. Yeah. That's a good reason to keep Medicare and Medicaid, guys. I know you are fortunate to find your wife online, but when men talk to foreign women, only 1 in 10 will eventually make the trip to visit them. Yeah, it's probably true. When I visited Ukraine, this was the case. Let's see. The 7th Fleet, I heard today, is on the move on the way to the Philippines. Yeah. I hear the local diet is fish and rice. What type of fish is local? I don't eat the fish here, but I did try some of the fish at McDonald's the other day. It wasn't that bad, but McDonald's is different. It's not the fish that you guys have in the States. They have fish and chips over here at McDonald's. They also have chicken and rice. Excuse me, guys. Will you pay your Medicare Part B premiums when you turn 65 in case you go back? Absolutely. Yes, I'll get the lowest one, though. I think they have some that are free that I heard of. Father Wolf's is the village people. I don't know what that means. How long did you take for your stomach to get used to the food? Oh, wow. Let's see. I could shop at a market basket. I drive up 495 through Lawrence, I think, that Steve got out. Good for him. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of Lawrence, let me tell you. I was very thankful I got out of there. Lawrence is a giant toilet in Massachusetts, guys. It's the ghetto on steroids, you know. It took me a long time to get my stomach to get used to food over here, guys, because I was getting sick all the time. Get fit and leaner, and heat won't bother you as much. Yeah, that's true. All we are missing now is Ace Bachelor. Let's see. Ukraine has much better women than PI, and Ukraine is much. I don't know. I heard stories about the Ukraine, and they take off when they get to the States because they're pretty well educated. Hello from Maine, Wayne Carr. Hey Wayne, that's kind of like my second home there because my sister's from there. That's my address. Let's see. Americans can't carry knives while in the Philippines. Nope, you can't. Ariel Batista, if you have time, can you do some videos on some condos in your area? Yeah, we wanted to do that, and the guy wouldn't let us do a video in there. So that's part of the problem. How many kids do you have back in? I have one kid back in the States. Just one. Not that processed food. LOL. What kind would your wife buy? My wife buys rice and fish and chicken and stuff like that. They don't like beef too much over here. Notice Chinese moved in when they did away with the bases there. Yeah, that's true. Hello from Maine here too. Hey John. My address is up in Madison. It used to be Emden, near Emden Pond. If you guys know where that is. I don't know if, John, you know where Emden is in Madison? Up near Skowhegan? How's the crime in your neighborhood? We don't have any crime here. We really don't. Never had any thefts or anything here. Not even a worry. We have guards here and we're right next to the mayor, so it's pretty tight here. Living in Mindanao now 12 years, not scared about any Chinese attack. There's nothing of value here. I have an ex whose father grew up in, I can't read the rest for some reason. I don't know why I cut it off. I was sick for first 2 weeks last time. I was sick for almost a year, off and on. Did you talk about Filipinas on any dating sites before? You know, my first wife, that's how I met her, was through a thing, I think it was called Cherry Blossoms, but it was like a newsletter, something like that. I can't remember, I think that was the name of the company or something. I could be wrong. Checking in. Nice to catch your LS. I'm retired submariner. All right, Rob Marr. I was on the Woodrow Wilson and the James K. Polk. 41 for freedom. They built 41 subs. All carried missiles. Good morning. American expat here, living in Angeles City with my dual citizen, USA and PI, Filipino wife and son. Also retired U.S. vet. New subscriber. Keep up the great vlogs and contents. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. Joe San Augustine. Okay, so the Sea of Palawan has natural resources, oil and gas. Yeah, there's a lot of oil and gas here, and if the Philippines got into that without using China, they could make a lot of money. China, Russia, North Korea, see how weak the U.S. is right now. I don't think that the USA is so weak. I think that they have the advantage of being here and we don't. You know, when the Philippines took the bases away, they kind of robbed themselves of having that bubble over them, and now they don't have that bubble. But we are in Palau, guys. I don't know if you know that or not. We are moving into Palau, so we are going to have a base there. Plus, we're on one of the most southernmost Japanese islands too. Steve, the Filipinos take off when they get to the U.S., not the Ukrainians. I don't know about that. I've heard both stories. I know that a lot of Filipinos will leave you when they get to the States. I mean, mine did too. You know, my ex-wife. I would never bring a Filipina back to the U.S. Yeah, some people, I wouldn't recommend that either in most cases, unless you really have a good bond with your wife. My wife, especially if it's a big age gap, the age gap, guys, makes the difference. If you have a huge age gap, then it's more likely they're going to leave you. If your wife is older and closer to your age, it's less likely she's going to leave you. Okay. Let's see. Randy asked, my wife and I spent Christmas, and let's see, I was locked up for 30 years and just got off probation, heading to the PI as soon as it opens. My cell is there now, not far from you. Fat Dong. Thank you for great information, but mostly thanks for the honesty and transparency and integrity you convey with each video. Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate that. Wayne's 25 minutes from Bar Harbor. Yeah, I think it was, I actually went to Bar Harbor once, and they have a decoy museum up there, and I used to sell decoys, because I used to carve decoys and paint decoys. My father used to do most of the carving. Hello from Massachusetts, Boston Jack. Let's see, mosquitoes. Been traveling all over the U.S. since the so-called lockdown. The U.S. is open for business. That's good, guys. I'm really happy to hear that. I wish it was open over here. My wife is beautiful and 12 years younger. Been married for 11 years here from the U.S. Yeah, I'm 57. My girlfriend's like 43. Do you consider 10 years a big age gap? No, I don't. Not over here. That's actually a small age gap. And it's just starting to rain over here, guys. Let's see. Hi, Steve from Arizona. You bring them back to the USA. What do you think they will become? My ex-wife, I mean, I'm not going to get into that, but I mean, I've seen a lot of marriages go south as soon as they bring their wife to the U.S. I had a lot of friends of mine that were married to Filipinos back in the day, and all of them ended up in divorce. Every single one. Hey Steve, did you ever consider moving to Thailand during your initial searches? No, I actually considered Belize though for a while. I love Belize. I had a jewelry store in Belize. Hey guys, we got some T-shirts I'm gonna have made up pretty soon, and I'm gonna actually give those away every so often. Probably once a month we're gonna have like a drawing, and I'll probably give one or two away. Okay, so it's gonna be Philippine Info Channel T-shirts. We're gonna have some more made. I already gave some out. We also advertised for other stores in the area here on the shirt too, to help them out because of the pandemic. Problem with bringing any wife back to Canada, you have to guarantee them support for at least 2 years, maybe more. Not sure. Yeah, it's the same way in the U.S. You have to guarantee some sort of support, I guess. I know a lot of Americans with Filipino wives younger here have parties for years. Only one that left husband with 40 years difference. Yeah, 40 years difference is substantial. I know there was an old guy that was on Oprah once. He was married like 27 times or something. He kept on going back to the Philippines to get a wife. And he had his wife on Oprah. And I think she was like 21 or something like that. But I remember the old guy. I forget the guy's name, but he was famous throughout the United States for that. But he was married I think like 27 or 30 times or something. He was married a lot. The older, the more trouble they are. Don't support single mothers and women who are married. Yeah, let's see. Christopher Leroy. I like AT&T too for dividends. Yeah, I have SRET. You may want to look into that. It's worked for me, and it's actually low right now. It's a good buy. SRET has made me a lot of money, both growth and income. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Eminem. Hi, Alex. Let's see. Older they are, the more miles they have. I wouldn't say that. There's a lot of good older women over here. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I've met a lot of decent women over here that are older. Some of these women have more miles on them than a New York City cab. That's horrible, Oris. there's a lot of good women over here. There really are. You know, it depends where you are and where you look. Hey Steve, new sub here. Watched 25 of your videos so far. Awesome, thank you. I'm 6'6", 215 pounds. Wow, size 14. You'll never find shoes over here. You can probably find the contacts up in Manila. And you're gonna have a hard time over here being 6'6", especially in the tricycles and the jeepneys, man. I bang my head at 6 feet in all those vehicles except the buses. You going to have the Philippines info channel mug? No, I'm not going to get into the sales stuff, guys. I you know, I know you guys have, you know, some people want to make donations and stuff like that. I'm happy with what I get from the views. I really am. I mean, I'm very thankful. I have a lot of viewers. You know, that's enough money for me. I mean, I'll give the shirts away, but I'm not going to charge people for that stuff. No. Hey, Andy. Let's see. Omar is in the house. See, Andy's the one that goes after, he goes after the guys down in Epstein Island, aka Dumagetti. Let's see. Enjoy your videos. Thanks, Steve, Baby, Ethan, and Honey. This Charlie. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that. Let's see. Let's see. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that. Let's see. Why get married to all? Women initiate 80% of all divorces because they benefit from. That's true. Yeah, it's you know, they initiate 80% of all divorces, maybe even higher. That's what I think, because I don't know, unless the girl cheats or something. Every divorce that I've known of from guys, they always say the woman initiated it, unless the woman cheated. But even that's kind of the same thing. What I like about you, you don't want anything from us, even though I would love to donate. No, I won't take any money, man. I don't need your money. I'm happy with the money I get from my views and stuff like that. I make enough. You know, even if I was only making 500, I do pretty good each month, guys. You know. So why ask for more? Yes. Who is next? Yeah, who's next, Andy? Who else out there? Let's see. Hemi is J.R. Pagia and is a. I don't know who that is. Fresno, California. Hemi. BTC at 6. Yeah, I'm not too much into crypto. I did do crypto before and I made a few bucks. I have a friend of mine, he follows crypto. As a matter of fact, he's on here right now, Dwayne. Do you invest in crypto? I have a little bit in there. It's not a lot. I keep signing up for these, watching these different videos, and they give me free crypto. So on Coinbase. Matter of fact, if you guys go on Coinbase, if you go on there, you can get free crypto. Okay, if you go on Coinbase, you just watch some videos and they download it to your account. Just open up your account and put like $10 or something in there. Hemi is a troll. Okay, I didn't know that. I never heard that. Let's see. The sequel of Tim K. You're one of the few YouTubers not asking for money these days. Yeah, Phil, we try to stay away from that, man. You know, I see everybody down south of me, you know, hitting people up for money and stuff like that. It's not needed. It really isn't. You know, you can make enough money on YouTube here. You don't need to be asking for money. You know, I mean, there's some channels that do better than others, and my channel does well enough that I'm happy. You know, and I make enough that I can survive anyway. You know, and I'm happy with what I have. Even if I did this for free, I actually started doing this on YouTube. And YouTube didn't like the fact that I was sending veterans videos to help them with their claims and stuff like that, and they said I was spamming them when they asked for them. They actually asked me for the videos, and they took me off of Facebook because of that. So, not YouTube, but Facebook took me off, and it was pretty nasty, you know. So I was really angry at Facebook after that, and then I opened up YouTube and started doing YouTube to help people on here, and I started deciding that I was going to get into helping expats and, you know, veterans also. True. Yes, referred me to his insurance agent. He never asked me for money. Yeah, I don't want any money, man. No money. Even if people throw money at me, I won't take it. I just don't want it. The only time I'll take money off somebody is if I have to go travel to do somebody a favor, and even then, most of the time I don't take it. When we were looking for that guy that was the expat there, that the family couldn't find, it cost me about $40 of my money, and I told the guy that was going to help the guy. He wanted to help him with that expat with some money. I says, just donate my $40 to the guy, and he did. So, yeah, Faceburger's economy. Yeah, it's true. Russell Swartz MFA is a nice read. I've never heard of that one. About 7%. Yeah, some of those are a little bit risky as they go up and higher up with the 7%. But I like the SRET. Andy, you better give Mark his channel back. Let's see. Yeah, Andy's getting brutal. Local gym, how are they? Actually, the local gym here, Titan Gym, is right down the street from me. Okay, and I feel bad for them because they're closed all the time because of the ECQs and stuff like that. And we actually sponsor them on our shirts for free. We have T-shirts made up with the money that I make from the channel, and we give those T-shirts out to people to push those businesses. There's two businesses, the Echo Bag and T-shirt place, the place that actually made the T-shirts themselves. I allowed them to advertise on the shirts also. So we let the Titan Gym. We're also going to do more shirts with the furniture place up the street also. So, we do push all the businesses around here. We don't charge them to put their names on our shirt. We pay for it. How much money does a person has to invest to be able to withdraw? About $2,500 per month to live on. Person. Wow, I'd have to figure that one out. I don't have a calculator right now. I'm sure somebody could figure it out. $2,500 a month. You'd have to have a lot. Probably like about, I don't know. I'd have to really think of that one. That takes, I could figure it out. If you sent me an email, I could figure it out for you. But it also depends on how much interest you're getting too. Let's see. Yes. Let's see. You're a stand-up guy. Don't change. Godspeed. Thanks, Lloyd. 750K, Gurkha? That's what it would take? I think you could get less than that. Let's see. Over $1 million at least. Yeah, it really depends on, I know you guys are saying 750, over $1 million. I think for $500,000 you could probably do it. I'm not sure though. It would depend on where you put it, but it could be in riskier stocks. So I'd be more inclined to have more and then get less on the dividends. About 600,000 at 4% withdrawal. Okay, thanks, Don. That's a big help. That's what I was about right, about $500,000. Okay, and if you got 5%, you could probably do it with $500,000. 1 million returns 40K per year for your life indefinitely. Okay. Yeah, you guys need you need to be in that sweet spot, guys. When you guys come over here, if you can, I wouldn't recommend coming over here on anything less than 1,500. And you want to be able to save some of that too. Let's see, that'd be about 2,000 per month. Yeah, 2,000 a month is a sweet spot. I always say 2,000 to 3,000. Because you need money to replace your emergency funds and stuff, guys, when you use it. And you need money to pay off anything that you just need to have that money. It's good to have it. My wife and I are planning 5K emergency fund. 5K is a little light. 2,300 a month income. Okay, so you'll be able to save some. 10K moving fund. Okay. 75K is for the house. Guessing we should be fine. I would up the emergency fund a little bit more, unless you're going to have some insurance. I would slowly up that to about 10K. Okay, that's just my recommendation, or more. So make sure you have some money to save. I know you have ARK, but what else do you own? Actually I'm going to buy Moon soon. That's my new one. How safe is it to access your account from there? Safe. Yeah, I use Tunnel Bear VPN. Mayon Buntag from East Texas. A fat pension works too. Yeah, it does. Pensions help. I have 3 pensions. Buy a laptop in the U.S. or wait and buy one in the Philippines. That's a matter of preference. It's actually probably cheaper in the United States. 2-year emergency fund. Let's see, safe moon. I don't know what he means by safe moon. Moon is not safe. No, it's a risky stock. It's an ETF. It's similar to ARK, but risk versus reward. That's what I always say. I know foreigners can't own land, but can you buy it in your wife's name? Yes, and then lease it. No, that doesn't work. That leasing thing from your wife, that's illegal actually. It's not illegal, but it's just doesn't hold up in court. At J John, I used to think the same thing, and no, it's not true. Freaky Rike Taco Twister. This guy keeps changing his name. Do you have any heavyweight gyms there? Yes. I just hit 500 on the bench press. Yes. Yeah, Titan Fitness down the street. Volume is low. Okay, we'll try to get this better. I'm actually losing my voice too, guys. So, what do you think of Tuk Tuk for in town? I think Tuk Tuks are great. Over in Tagaytay, guys, they're actually introducing Tuk Tuks over there, and I actually took a ride in one when I went to look for that expat over there. What do you think? Let's see. Yes, you can get out of your medical insurance. We'll start eating a lot of that. But as you get out of your medical insurance, we'll start eating a lot of that. I'm not sure what you mean, Glenn. If you can write that a little bit more. I don't know if it's a question or you're asking me something. See, thought you were talking about Safe Moon crypto. No, I'm talking about Moon, MOON. It's a stock. It's an ETF. Is the PI skateboard friendly? No, not around here. It's just too many cars, man. It's like a death wish. Good morning, sir. What's the topic today? We don't have a topic. We're just talking about anything you want to talk about, Sandy. So everything's open. Few skateboard parks here. Maybe up in Manila there is. Rob Mar, 40. Yes, fat pension's the ticket. Don't even own property in a country you are not a citizen. Don't own property in a country you are not a citizen. Yeah, you know, you can own property down in Belize, but here you can't. And I think that's actually a good idea here, because otherwise China would buy up everything here. So believe it or not, a lot of you guys hate the fact that you can't buy property here. You can buy a condo here, but you can't buy property. And it's actually a good idea for the Philippines to do that. Trust me. Oh, 400. What do you think about saving about 15K and investing into day trading? You know, if you know what you're doing, I'm fine with that, as long as you can afford to lose that money. Okay, there, GTA, you know, I myself do stuff. I don't know, you can hear something stepping on the floor, but it's a dog underneath the floor. Hey, Steve, good to see you live stream. Thanks, Gunny John. I was waiting to see you on here. Good to see somebody from Boston. Owning property ties you to a place. Have you roller skated with Mark Thornton or Geo Metro? No, I have not. I have a condo here in Pasay. Steve, message you in regards to that for your Manila trip. Yeah, I think I recall that. Let's see, stay out of politics there also. That's a no. Yeah, definitely don't get into politics. We talk lightly about it, but it's okay to talk lightly about it. Just don't get hardcore into it, because they'll kick you out. They kicked a nun out of here for talking politics and some other stuff too. You need at least 25K to day trade. I've heard people doing it on less and they make a few bucks. If you're making 50 bucks a day or 20 bucks a day over here, you're doing pretty good. But then you're going to pay taxes on it. If you're married to a Filipino for a long time and have children, I see no reason of not buying property here. Yeah, if you have kids and stuff like that, yeah, I would definitely, because you got to leave them something. Even if you ever went to a divorce or something like that, they still are going to need a house to live in, and your kid will too. Mark owned and was the inspiration of the movie Xanadu in St. John. Okay. You were right about the Chinese. Okay, I can't see the rest. I just see a T at the end. Dickie Spaz. I agree, Savon. Glenn Middleton. Are you getting older? Your medical insurance, as you start getting older, your medical insurance will start eating at a lot of your budget. Yes, that's why the $2,000 to $3,000 budget, guys, that I say, the sweet spot budget that I did. You might want to check out that video, guys, if you get a chance. That's a great budget if you can get that. You know, if you can get that kind of money, you'll be doing good. And be sure to save some of that money each month, guys, because you're saving for your future. That's why I say the sweet spot budget. Don't just go out and get the most expensive house and stuff like that, you know. Let's see. Red Sox suck. Yeah. Them's fighting words. VA service-connected heart issues. Does the VA mess with heart issues? No, they do not. They send you out and you do the FMP, Foreign Medical Plan. Trump 24. There we go. Freaky Rike is a troll. You should block him. Have you figured out how to do that yet? No, I have not. He hasn't done anything wrong yet, so I'm not gonna. I don't boot anybody off unless they, go rogue on me. So China has invaded Africa. Yes, they have, in a big way too. I mean, they're mining. They don't even hire guards from there or anything. They have armed military there, watching their mines and everything. I saw that on a TV program. Let's see. My favorite vloggers are U, P, and SSS. Do you watch anyone else? Actually, I watch Trout and Coffee. It's a guy up in New England. Once in a while, I go on and watch a few of the other ones down here, but not very often. Most of the time, I'm doing research, guys. I really do. I do a lot of research. I try to find other subjects that we can go off on. That's why our subjects are a little bit different than other channels. I try to cover everything. I mean, we are an info channel. A lot of these other guys are more for entertainment and stuff, and that's why they go into the girls and stuff like that. I don't do my channel like that. I stick to the info, guys. Do you attend church? Yes, absolutely. I haven't been able to for the past year. I have talked to my pastor, though. I stay away from people because I have a lung condition, so. P was a bar girl. I didn't know that. I don't think that's true. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't want to judge the girl just because of that, because people change. The Chinese basically own Cambodia. Yeah, I heard that. They have ruins. Christopher, anything less than 25K in one account, you can only do 3 round trips a week. I'm not sure what you're talking about with that. Let's see. Do you feel homesick in the Philippines? No. I do miss Massachusetts, the place. I don't miss most of the people there except for my friends. The United States has changed, man. It's changed a lot. And it's not changing for the good. I found that the people just aren't that friendly anymore, and it's just kind of going downhill fast. I just remember when I was a kid and people they were just closer and more loving and stuff like that. And today they've lost all that. They really have. We follow almost 70 to 80 channels. You are straight up factual. Nice to you stick to the facts. You're in our top 5. Thanks, Rick. I really appreciate that, man. What's so good about retiring in the Philippines? Wow. The cost here. The cost. The women here are really good and they take care of you. Let's see. Trudeau here in Canada let Chinese army train in remote cold grounds. We're screwed here. Trudeau. Something about Trudeau. Let Chinese army train in remote cold grounds. We're screwed here. Yeah, Trudeau, I heard a rumor he's related to Castro. He's Castro's son or something like that because his mom dated Castro. And that's a true story. But I don't know if he's actually Castro's son, but his mom did date Fidel Castro. Look, you can look that up online. God, I miss the Philippines and my biker gang called the Rush Tiders. Oh, that's a little different name. I can't wait to leave Massachusetts. That's Gunny John, and I think he's in Everett, the land of Chick Corea. Let's see. I think Chick Corea just died recently, too. Gunny, did Chick Corea just die lately? Can you answer that one? Let's see. I'm selling options on some of my positions, making a few percent with almost no risk. That's cool. If you can do that over here, do it. But don't risk money that you can't afford to risk, and have a backup amount so you can get back up on your feet again. I enjoy your videos. I would like to see more about shopping and pricing. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do because I like to talk when I'm in the stores and they have the music playing in the background. It's copyrighted. So music really wrecks it for us expats over here that have vlogs. Did he just die, Brian? That's good to know. That was actually my my aunt's neighbor. And he used to play the piano as a kid, and she could hear the piano all the time. Hi, Steve. Glad I caught this live stream. Missed your first one. Hi, Heidi. Thanks for joining. Yeah, Terry, I see that. I noticed that right off the bat. Naked feeler. Yeah, he doesn't bother me. It just strolls up and let's see. Chick died. Yeah. How far are you from Moa? I'm about an hour away from Moa. It's not that far. If you jump on the bus, you can get there. You just have to, when you get up there, you take a quick cab over there. Moa has Red Lobster, Texas Roadhouse, a lot of good restaurants there. I think they have Gringos there, and there's a lot of other places too. You know, so let's see. Let the trolls troll. Yeah, that's for sure. Let's see. Terry is a snitch. Uh, a round trip occurs when you buy and sell, or sell short and buy to cover. Okay, something new. Somebody's trying to call me here. I don't know who it is. If you have been flagged as a day trader, you will need at least 25,000 account value. He died in February, Steve. Wow, so that wasn't too far away. I knew he had died recently. Are you near Cavite? Yes, we are near. We are near Cavite. We're in Cavite Province, guys. So, I think we're gonna end this, guys. Answer the phone. I'm calling you. Okay, give me a second. Oh, that's you who's calling me. Okay. ShamWow guy, give me a call a little bit later. Okay. I see you on the phone there. All right. So I can keep this going for a little bit longer. That's why I was gonna end to call you because I thought it was the VA. Okay. Let's see. Hello from Tahiti. There we go. Tahiti is a place to live. ShamWow guy, I am in Cavite. Okay, yeah. Let's see. I recently watched a documentary about poverty in the Philippines. Very bad. They say the Philippines is not self-sustaining country. No, they have a lot of issues here. That's why I try to help people, guys. I mean, I try to help people as much as I can. You know, like you really need to help your neighbors and stuff here. And like whenever they need money, I help them like family. You know, and it's just a good thing to do here, guys, because you know, let me tell you something. When you have a friend here, look out for your friends. You know, don't let people take advantage of you. But when you see that they have a need, help them. That's what I do. You know. Let's see, Mike. Thanks, Steve. Great info as always. Enjoy the rest of your day there. Let's see. Fargo, North Dakota. There's a cool place. I have a friend of mine out in Deadwood. I think that's North Dakota too. He actually lives in a house that Ozzy Osbourne and his son drove by when they were doing that road trip thing. Watch your blogs, very informative. Salam, Alma. Okay, thanks, Alma. Thanks for the good info. Pay it forward. Exactly, Jay. I agree with that 100%, man. That's my philosophy. Pay it forward. You know, just help people out. I just crossed across your live stream. I really enjoyed watching your videos. You're very helpful and knowledgeable. Thanks, Longlegs. Make sure you don't accept ads from Levi's Jeans. Yeah. I don't accept ads from anybody except AdSense. So that's where I'm at. I've had people write to me and email me. I just don't do them. I make more than enough doing what I'm doing right now, guys. Thanks to you guys. You know, Steve, you're a good man with a huge heart. Thanks, Brian. The problem is with unfettered printing of U.S. dollars, we're screwed. Yeah, I think every country in the world is doing that. So I think it's going to balance itself out. Okay. Cub Buffs fan. Okay. Yeah, I think all the countries will balance out because everybody's taking out loans now. So it's the same as where we were before, basically. It's no different. You know, like I just think it all balances out because everybody's taking out loans. You know. Greetings from Aruba. Happily married to my Cebuana wife. Keep up the good work. Let's see. Howdy there, folks. Gary, son of Larry. Okay. Hey, Gary. I want to do some more videos, guys, while I'm waiting here for more things to pop up. I want to do more videos about the cabanas, the ones you live in. I think you guys might be interested in that, because if you guys want to live cheap, like some of you older guys, if you want a 2-bedroom cabana, you can get a 2-bedroom cabana for about $1,400 here with windows, and you can put an AC in it too, and they're really nice. And you put it up on cement near the beach, and you're golden. Just release the place for like 10 years. I'm in Vancouver. Trudeau did allow Chinese troops to train here. I heard about that, yeah. Hey Steve, thanks for everything. By the way, I'm in Baltimore and I'm married to a Filipina. We married in Quezon City. I've been to Quezon City. That's when my ex-wife and I got married, actually, was in Quezon City. Greetings from New York, New York. Hey Nalds, John Wells. Sorry I'm late, Steve. Calvin just finished his live stream. Okay. Peter Young, anyone else have trouble with their 13A because of middle name? I haven't heard of, I don't know that much about 13As, guys. I have a lot of people asking me about that. From a OS3 from Augusta, Georgia, checking in, always seeking your knowledge on your channel. Is $2,000 a month okay for San Carlos? I think so, yes. If you're in the $2,000 to $3,000 sweet spot budget, guys, that's for all of Asia, with the exception of maybe Singapore and a few other big cities like Hong Kong and places like that. That's a good amount to live. The closer you are to the 3,000, you're way better off. And you can move about on that and travel about. So if you want to get up and move, you can just get up and go, you know? Let's see. My wife and I were married in Quezon 14 years ago also. Do you have kids back in the U.S., Rick asked me. Yes, I have one child. Okay, she's older. Where are you at, Terry? Where are you at, Terry? Say hello from beautiful Barbados, my first time. Gary, son of Larry. Biden cannot even climb the stairs. What makes you think he can run the economy? I didn't say he can run the economy. I'm not actually a big fan of his, so I'm not saying he can run anything. But the guys that are in charge of the military are pretty good right now. We have a lot of good leaders in there, I think, anyway. You know, I think they tell him, you know, what he needs to do. Whether he listens or not, who knows? Pretty soon we're probably going to have Kamala Harris as president at the rate we're going, unfortunately. I am on $6K a month budget and barely making it. Wow, barely making it on $6K? Mel A, all ears. John Wells, ShamWow guy, where are you living? He's in the Philippines. Let's see, ShamWow guy. Calvin lost me with the racist crap. Yeah, we were just talking about race here a little while ago, about the Buffalo Soldiers, guys. If you want to read some interesting race stuff, man, a lot of the white guys back in the Spanish-American War, they were pretty racist. Not the guys themselves, the officers. You know, and a lot of the Buffalo Soldiers took off, as we were talking in the beginning of the show. You know, and the Buffalo Soldiers took off and they went and fought with the Filipinos because they thought that they were being racially killed, because there was hundreds of thousands of Filipinos that were killed during that time because of starvation and just outright murder. You know, if you think Vietnam was bad, Filipino-American War was worse, I think, from what I've read. I've seen some pictures and read a lot of stories. Check it out, guys. There's a lot of videos on it too. Let's see. He shouldn't have John Wales. He shouldn't have any problem on 6,000. No, I don't know how you. John, you're right. 6,000, man. I don't know how you can spend that quick. Isn't Cavite poor? How do you spend $200 a day? He must be talking to ShamWow guy, because he's not talking to me. I don't spend $200 a day, so why not date multiple Filipino? Why settle down with one when you can have many? I guess if that's your thing, you know, I'd rather just stick with one. What do you miss most from USA? What do I miss most? I'm pretty close with my sister. We talk all the time, fortunately, you know. I miss the place. I miss my sister. I miss a few people back there. You know, I have some relatives back there that I do miss. Other than that, I really don't miss work or anything like that, you know. Shamwago, he accused the U.S. as being a racist country, and obviously he hasn't traveled to many places, China, Thailand, and most of Eastern Europe is far worse. I'd kind of agree with you there, ShamWow guy. You know, a little bit. I don't think that the U.S. is as racist as they make it out to be. I've seen other countries that are worse. Come spend a week with me and you'll see. Let's see. Jam, wow, must be white. If planning to come to the Philippines, do you think February is a safe time period? Sure. Yeah. It's a dry season. Why are you living in an area you hate? I don't hate this area. You must have a tight budget. The chickens and dogs would get on my nerves. I don't hate this place. I'm moving to a condo, and I never said I hated it here. There's some things I hate about the Philippines, just like I hate about the United States. But overall, I love it here more than anything else. I really love the Philippines, guys. Gary, son of Larry, I'm whiter than skimmed milk. I haven't noticed that. I stay away off that race subject, guys. Racism is everywhere and all throughout history. Yes, it is. U.S. gets highlighted because of CNN. It's probably true. Yeah, the media picks up on it, makes it bigger than what it is. Does Lazada sell big and tall man clothing and shoes? You know what? I've looked on Lazada for shorts, and I have a hard time finding shorts on there that fit me, because they cut off at like size 36 or 38 or somewhere around there, and I take like a 38 or 40. Where is my woman? My woman, most sunshine. Where's my woman? My woman's in the house actually right now. I keep my family off here for the most part, guys. Just a security thing. I've been to restaurants in Beijing and Shanghai where they have signs in the restaurants that say no blacks or Africans. Wow, I've never seen that. I've never heard that before. In California, they used to say no Filipinos in some of the restaurants back in the 1920s and 30s. They actually had an uprising. I think it was called Watsonville or something like that. I could be wrong. It was someplace in California where the Filipinos fought back because they got tired of it, and you can't blame them. And that was partially because of the Philippine-American War that they were being picked on. But they were Americans. Back then, they were Americans. Filipinos were Americans in the 20s and 30s. I love the Philippines, too. I'm tired of ornery women and cold, snowy women. Yeah. Peter Young. Chickens and dog are almost everywhere in the PI. Hello, Philippines Info Channel. Good to see another live stream. Thanks, Ick. Good to see you back on. Yes, Lazada does, but their sizes aren't always what they say. Yeah, that's true. My wife has a 1,148 square meter lot in Valencia. Okay. Manila was on its way to being a new Las Vegas of C. Great casinos. If you young guys enjoy gambling, hopefully opening soon. Yeah, they have a lot of casinos up there if you like gambling, guys. Am I in my cabana? Yes. I'm in the cabana. This is just a regular, like a cabana just to eat in. How can you tell the difference between a Chinese woman and a Filipino woman? A big difference. The way they look. They tend to be whiter than the Filipino woman, but the Filipino women are using that soap that turns you white, so it's getting to be hotter. And you can just tell like the attitudes are different, and it's you see them and you notice. I have problems finding condoms. I'm not going to get into that one. Let's see. All right, guys, come on, cut it out. You guys are getting rotten. I have about $1,500 US budget, but want to save some for emergencies. Will this be enough? Yeah, Ick, if you live on 1,500, it's a little bit tight. I recommend 2,000, but if you can get to 2,000, it might be worth it to wait it out a little bit longer and retire later. But yeah, if you can live small, then you might be fine. But you're gonna have to save like $300 a month or something like that for the future, for when your insurance goes up. So definitely put away $300 a month in this, Excuse me, guys. Let's see. Chinese, speak Chinese Filipina. Don't. Yeah. Where do you keep your important things like passport and others? I have places I hide it. You can also get a bank safety deposit box at some banks here. It might snow again Friday in cold northwest Connecticut. How's the weather here? It's in the 80s, Mel. Do the Philippine... I'm not sure what you're talking about, Craig. Let's see. I'm on 2,000 Canadian budget. Thank God my house is paid for. Mel A again. Yep, Mel's in the house. John. Let's see. Who else is on here? Have you traveled to Vietnam or Thailand? No, I plan on going to both those places at some point. Joe Coy is a great comedian. Yes, he is. I love Joe Coy. Joe Coy is awesome. He's funny. He's actually on Netflix, guys. If you're looking for Joe Coy, he's also on YouTube too. And Joe Coy is Jokoy, and he's a Filipino comedian, and he's excellent. I recommend a small fireproof safe for papers. You really don't need a fireproof safe here, because if you live in a cement house, there's nothing to burn except beds. Man, block these trolls. Yeah, if I could figure out how. But I mean, I'm gonna be going off in a few minutes anyway. Here, we're actually 10 minutes over. But we're gonna do this more often, guys. If you guys like doing this, we can do this more often. I'm just gonna do some surprise ones every once in a while, but I'll also do some ones that I'll let you guys know a few days in advance. Do you watch American TV from the? Yes, I do. Hi, good morning, Stephen from Germany, Black Forest area. Nice area. I think that's Kraus, or whatever his name is. Great live. Maybe consider using StreamYard so you can display the comments. Yeah, I'm just gonna read them out. I think it's easier. Can I get my blood pressure and hypertension meds refilled here? Yes, you can. John Wales. Wow. What's the wow for, John? This is nice talking to live, Steve. Thanks, Sinfuls. You can add someone as a moderator. Yeah, maybe in the future I will. My retirement budget isn't too big, but my wife has a couple of retirements. Hey, Prairie Mark. I just noticed the name there. Let's see. Mark's one of our regulars on here. Mark's a good guy. But my wife has a couple of retirements earned in both the U.S. and the Philippines. A bonus. Yeah, that can be a bonus. That's a good point, Mark. You know, when you marry an older woman here, and there's some beautiful older women over here. I got to tell you guys, I was up at the mall up at Century. I think it's called Century Mall, right near Trump Towers. And I was sitting in there, and there was this lady at the other table, and she ended up started talking to us, and I would say she was like in her late 60s, maybe even 70s. And let me tell you something. For her age, she was a knockout. She was dressed to the nines. She looked really good. And you know, I'm not usually into like older women. You know what I mean? But I mean, this woman was striking. She was very beautiful, and she was very well-to-do too. You could tell. But usually, you don't see women that age that look that good here. But I see women in their 50s that look good here. There's a lot of beautiful women here. But a lot of the women do age here a little bit more than back in the U.S. I think it's because of the rough life. Let's see. Just got up here, 5:14 a.m. Yeah, it's K Fox. Let's see, I think he's in Germany, if I remember, Germany or Sweden. How do you know if a woman is married? You ask them. You can actually check it out so you don't risk being blackmailed for money. Yeah. How do you watch American TV online? Free Enter TV. Watch it online. Appreciate your information, Steve. Insulin widely available? Yes. Glad to see you live, Steve. Thanks, Avert Activity. We have Tupperware store in San Carlos City. It's good to know. Let's see. How do you meet the older women? You can meet them in the malls. Meet them walking about. Some of them work at the malls. There's some older women that work at some of the malls. I lived on an island in Kauai, Hawaii for 9 years and have wild roosters everywhere. I used to trap them, relocate them in the mountains. However, you do get used to those noisy buggers. Yeah, I don't get used to them that much. Is it easy to adjust to the Philippines way of life? No, for some people it's not, and some people it is. For me, I was lucky. You know, I had been around the Filipino before, so I kind of knew what to expect. I had been here before back in the 80s. I owned a business here in the 80s. Everyone throws Steve a thumbs up. There you go. Thanks, man. 129 watching. Yeah. Let's see. This guy isn't answering questions. This is pointless, useless information. David, we're answering questions right now. You know, I'm answering questions. You want to shoot me a question, I'll answer it. I've answered just about every question so far. I'm not sure what you're talking about, David. Just joined from Sunshine Shows. I enjoy both your channels. Thank you, man. Yeah, Sunshine's a good guy. I have no problems with Sunshine at all. A lot of people think we have like this beef going on between us about budgets, but we really don't. We just we just think differently on the budget thing. You know, we include the Forex and stuff like that, and we talk a little bit more about that, and we also talk about inflation and fixed budgets and how that will catch up with you later, because it does. You know, I mean, I'm just being honest. A lot of guys are switching though their budgets. I noticed a lot of the budgets are starting to go up to 1,000 or more now, versus the 600 and 400, because before it was a race to the bottom, and it's just not true or factual. How about a VPN and YouTube for TV? Yeah, you can do that. Yep. I use Tunnel Bear. Time and temp check. That's probably like in the 80s, low 80s. I asked, how can you check to see if a woman is married? Obviously, asking isn't good enough. You can. They have a thing here. You can, was it Sinmar or something like that? You can go check to see if a woman is married here. Okay, David. I hope that answers your question. I mean, then you can ask the woman if ask her if she was married. I mean, if she lies to you, then what can you do? This live blog is awesome. Thanks, Brian. I used it in Thailand. Hi all, great to be here. Love the channel. David, she can always say that yeah, she can, but I mean, what can you do? I mean, you can go out and you can go check to see if she was married. There are ways here in the Philippines. I don't know that much about that. I think it's called Sinmar or something like that. Sinomar. Here, David. Gurkha just said Sinomar. That's what it's called. Okay. Ask her for a Sinomar. Okay, and that'll get you there. I knew it was something like that. I couldn't remember the name because I never had to do any of that stuff. They use Sinomars, I think, at the embassy too for some stuff. How often did you travel to PH before you moved there? I was here back in the 80s, guys. So I mean I knew it when it was old school here, and it was much better back then. So I came here twice back in the 80s, and I married a Filipina here before. Yeah, David, I just didn't know the name of it. Okay, I didn't know it was something like Sinmar. No, that's the name of it, the one that he mentioned. There is no what can you do. People are being took for a lot of money for dating married women. Happens every day there. I don't think it's as common as you say, David, but I mean, maybe in your area it is. I've never ran into expats that have had that problem. I've actually ran into Filipinos that have had problems like that. In fact, I know one right now. David Bear, were you a spoiled child? Try a Cinemar check and show the host some respect. Yeah, I mean, David, I've answered the question as close as I could. I mean, that's the best I can do. If I don't know the name of the thing, and we got the name of it for you, so I mean, we tried to do the best we can. Is it possible to buy land in the name of a third party and ask for a USA fuck until my death, so the third person will become the owner after my death? Carl, that's something to run by a lawyer, because the lawyers here are pretty used to getting questions like that. I'm sure they could figure something out. You could probably do it in the lawyer's name or something like that, or you can just do a long-term lease, which is probably the way to go. If you're older and you think you're going to live less than 25 years, just do a long-term lease, or do a long-term lease with the right of having another lease after that. Let's see. My wife said there was a tradition in her community that women over age 45 would not remarry. She should step aside and let man marry another. Anyone else hear this? I never heard that before, Prairie Mark. It's a certificate of marriage. I forgot the name. Yeah, it's Sinomar. Have you ever done Airbnb in the PI? I know of a lot of the Airbnbs here. I've seen a lot of them. There's some nice Airbnbs here, guys. I'm out. Okay, Dave, thanks for coming on, man. Repost. Let's see. About knowing if a woman is not married. You get a document which states she is single from the Philippine government. There is no divorce in the Philippines, and you can get arrested for that. Certificate of marriage. Sinomar. Let's see. Lived and worked 4 years in the PH. PH changed so much since we lost a lot of the atmosphere. Yeah, it has, especially with all this going on. Apologies for all the questions, but I'm interested in moving to the PH in the near future. That's fine, Ick. You can ask all the questions you want. David Bear, go to Philippine Statistics Office and check there. Okay. Let's see. Andy's still back in here. Hey, Andy. Did you go away for a while? I didn't see you on there for a while. Prairie Markets called an annulment, which is very expensive. Yeah, annulments are expensive. It costs about $4,000, and it takes a long time. It says, Mark, you can actually have that speeded up. I heard they can do it as little as 6 months now. At least in this area. I know each area is different. I have an attorney tell me that I can buy the land in my girlfriend's name and immediately lease it from her for 25 years. I don't know if that's true, Rick. I keep hearing the opposite. You might want to double check with another attorney. I always tell people get 2 attorneys and ask them the question, especially when you're dealing with property. Let's see. There is an annulment, not divorce. Yep. Is Harvey from Melbourne? Hi, Harvey. Andy, I'm in Cavite, right near Manila. Tracy Martirez. I had let's see, Brian says, I had $22,000 of dental work done in Quezon City for $4K. It's only... $22,000 of dental work done for $4K. Yeah, okay, I understand that. Yeah, that's not bad. Dental work done is cheap here. I go to De La Salle, by the way, guys. It's good there. You married a Filipino before, got divorced in the U.S. Can you marry another? Yes, you can. Geo, you jealous? I saw you and Froggy there. Andy. Andy loves Geo and Froggy. Bird activity. How to convince your woman to move further away from tile. I don't want to move far away from tile. Actually, we just get a dusting when it blows, so it's not a big deal to us. We just get a little bit of dust. Do you need any special visa if I am planning on staying 7 months in the Philippines and 6 months in the U.S.? No, you can just do the tourist visa, guy. Randy, just do the tourist visa. Just go get it re-upped every month, and you can get it longer than that once you're here for a while. Andy, my ex was in General Trias. Yeah, that's right next door. General Trias is actually nice. I like General Trias. Are you close to Makati? Yeah, we're not far away, Edward. We're about an hour away. Great dentists in the Philippines. Not all of them. We have a lady on the street here that's a scam artist. I walked in there. She told me I had like 8 cavities, and I went to another dentist afterwards. They said I had no cavities. So she's a scammer. Andy, is the meat in our sandwich? Tile is gorgeous. Yeah, it is. I love tile, Andy. I mean, we're only about maybe 45 minutes away from Tao or less, depending on traffic. Is there any major good hospitals close to Tagaytay these days? The closest I would say is De La Salle Hospital over in Dasma. Steve has a great dentist. He also knows a shady one. Yeah, I know both. I can send you to the shady one if you want. She'll tell you got 8 cavities and filled teeth that don't even need to be filled. So can you have a girlfriend there and not have to pay monthly to the family? Yeah, I don't pay monthly to my girlfriend's family, nothing. I help them on my own. Some of them I don't help, like the mother, the father, and stuff like that. That seems to be a recurring theme I'm hearing from a lot of expats when watching videos. That's not totally true, you know, the family thing. You just need to talk to your girlfriend beforehand and then tell her, or give her so much a month and she can do whatever she wants with it. I give my girlfriend, like, I give her a little bit of money each month. You know, I give her over $100 a month, so she does pretty good. I paid $300 for a root canal and crown in the States. It cost me $2K. You can save a lot. Yeah. Let's see. Need to go. All right, K Fox. We'll see you later. Thanks, man. Andy Omar. Hollywood. Yes. Many women, you don't need to pay them or her. Yeah, a lot of the women here, they work. But that's a false assumption about the families, I think, in the most part. I actually have a thing coming up in the future. I think I posted it for like about a month or two from now about some dirtbag relatives, and even your girlfriend will tell you, don't give money to these people. You know, I mean, just be careful, guys. There's some relatives out there that are really unscrupulous, and you'll see them, and your girlfriend will tell you, you know. So, let's see. Thanks for your work. Wish you all a blessed day. Thanks, K Fox. Let's see. I'm gonna sign off now, guys. We've been on here for 94 minutes. I want to thank you guys for coming on. I'm gonna be doing this a little bit more often. I'll pop in and out here. I'm gonna try to post when I'm gonna go on, and I'm gonna do it at different times so other people can join too. So we're gonna do this a little bit more often. Also, guys, we got T-shirts coming up soon, and I'm not gonna sell them. I'm gonna give them away. Okay, guys. So we're gonna do that soon. We have the Philippine Info Channel T-shirts, and I'll send them to you. Okay, if you're, if you're in the United States, I'll probably send out one every once in a while to the States, and we'll do the rest with the Philippines. I got to find out what it costs to send them to the United States first, because if it's too costly, it's not cost effective for me. But I'm gonna, you know, I'll get your size or whatever. We're gonna have a bunch of T-shirts. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care, and thanks, guys.